Out of the red corner, he comes in wearing the navy blue with the red trim. He enters the ring undefeated, 19 wins, 13 of those coming by way of knockouts. Fighting out of Accokeek, Maryland. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Swift Jarrett.
Think about it now, I'll forget.
Hurd. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the blue and the red. As a professional, 24 wins, 20 of those coming by way of KO against one loss. Hailing from Detroit, Michigan.
Oh, who?
Ladies and gentlemen, here is
Tony
Superbad.
Hey, look at this. Two of the top in the building. Larry Holmes is here, as well as Evander Holyfield.
What a treat for the audience, and what a treat for the viewers at home to have that kind of royalty in the house, and also for me.
Larry is a delightful guy. Like, fans who come up to him now, you know, the reputation, be surly, and he is so friendly these days. Loves to talk about his career, of course. His great underrated heavyweight Larry Holmes in the house here in Birmingham.
Obey my commands. I want you to fight by the rules. Understand, this is professional. I expect you to conduct yourselves in a professional manner. You understand? Back to your corners. Wait the bell.
David Hudson is the referee. Hurd and Harrison. Abner Mares, what's going through these guys' heads right now? I mean, because they both said, hey, man, this is not going to be easy on either one of us. Tony Harrison said, will not be easy for either party. What goes through their heads at this second?
You know what? I think obviously they're both really confident. They showed it. The way they walked, the way they spoke yesterday, and what is going through their head right now is how am I going to beat this guy? You know, what does he have? What do I have? And these are fast starters, so we're going to see a really interesting round.
Jarrett Hurd looks like he's in the blocks for a sprint. It rocks back and forth. And here we go. For the IBF belt at 154 pounds, Hurd out of Maryland, Tony Harrison out of Detroit, formerly trained by Emmanuel Stewart. You saw his trainer there briefly. That's his father, Ali Salam, who's also a professional fighter at 17 pro wins, as well as I mentioned the lineage of Tony's grandfather, Henry Hank.
Jarrett started out on the back foot. He loves to throw the uppercut, and he has a good uppercut in both hands. He's brought his weight up under both legs now, but he started out early with his weight on the back foot to try to bait Tony in.
You know, Abner, these guys are sleek. Again, that's 6'1", 154. These are not blocky Canelo type, you know, junior middleweights.
No, they're slick. They're really smart fighters. They think in there. They're just waiting for a mistake. You can see it. Landing a good job right there, Tony. But then again, Hurd has a crisp, swift uppercut. He's known by that.
Both men trying to establish their jabs right now. They know it's very important in this fight to whoever establishes the jab can take control of the fight.
He's showing live on the screen. Harrison lost his balance there. Hurd, good sportsmanship. Could have tossed him down, did not. There's a lot of composure. Harrison is just very calm, or lethargic, but I'm thinking it's calm.
Both men are in a filling out process right now. I do like Hurd's feints, though. He's feinting very well.
There's a flashing jab out from Tony Harrison, so calm is the better word. Again, we were talking about Dominic Brazil fighting after he played college football. Deontay Wilder started at age 19. Tony Harrison's father was a pro. His grandfather was a pro, and his grandfather was alive until he was 12 years old. So you can imagine Tony Harrison was throwing punches, you know, with a diaper on.
Comes from a big family, 7 brothers. You know, he had to toughen up with 7 brothers.
7th of 8, and now throws a quick combination. Good movement from Hurd. Well, the action certainly different from our first fight, Virgil.
Most definitely different. You're seeing a lot of filling out. You're seeing 2 professionals fight right here. They know what's at stake here.
And you can like both, you know? You can like the slugfest with the heavyweights. You can appreciate more of the chess match and the artistry here. It will pick up. This is for a world title belt. Harrison and Hurd. We're back for round 2 in just a moment.
Pull him up a little bit.
Rust-Oleum Recolor, the
Legacy Arena. Well, you wouldn't know it, but I spoke with Jarrett Hurd before the fight tonight, and he told me that he actually gets nervous, not for fear of pain or anything, just because he doesn't want to lose, and he wants to make sure that he puts on a good fight. I asked him, how nervous are you before tonight? And he said on a scale of 1 to 10, about a 7, but it's all good. Once I step into the ring, I feel much better. Right back to you.
There's some real honesty. Abner, there is fear, right? For a lot of reasons.
No, it's not fear. It's just your head's thinking too much. You know, you don't know what's going to happen. You know, those thoughts about losing. Again, it's not fear. It's just nervous.
Are you more comfortable with apprehension? Can I use that word? You didn't want to hear fear at all.
No, definitely not.
Come on. Famous Castamano, fear is like fire. Control it. You can't stay warm. Afraid of the word fear. Yeah. Let it rage out of control, though, you could be in trouble. Both guys are very composed, experienced. You can see it so far. Virgil, your thoughts on what happens now after the initial offering in round 1?
Well, both men are still trying to establish their jabs to get the edge. If you notice, both men have their left hands down. So they're trying to establish a jab and bait the other one in. And as one comes in, they are getting touched by each other with the jab, like, for instance, right there with Harrison.
Yeah, you can see Harrison has that right hand loaded and cocked.
Yes.
That's ready to fire out. And that's a stiff jab by Harrison.
Now, the reason why Hurd is running into this jab right now, he's got his left hand low, but it's pointed across his chest and not at the target. Whereas Harrison's right now is pointed more at the target, so he's touching it quicker.
Most definitely Harrison doing just that. Hurd, I think he's stepping in with that jab, and he's leaving himself open like he's doing right there. I think Harrison should take note of that and then cross him with that right hand.
Well,
there it is.
The right hand lands by Harrison. He's also able, Virgil, to step back. You know, Harrison's able to jump back, make a miss, and come right back in.
Well, right now, because Hurd's left hand is low and going in another direction, Harrison has a better sense of range, and Hurd doesn't, a better sense of distance. So Hurd is running into the counters, and now Harrison is starting to land the right hand.
Harrison has a good sense, Abner, I think, of space, right, of the distance. Moves and pulls it just back enough to make that shot miss.
Yes, he does. He's doing just so. Timing him perfect. He's feinting with that jab. At moments, he's doing that one. What do you call it, Coach? You stiff that jab just like how he did right now. You have a name for it. I remember you used to teach me that. And he leaves himself enough space for that right hand.
And he's landing the right hand. He went to the body well there, champ. But again, the position of Hurd's left hand is causing him problems. He needs to bring it more to the target, to the chest area.
There's some lead rights from Harrison. That was a lead hook. So he's able to change the attack.
You have to.
Feints there from Harrison. Harrison opens up in the final seconds. A lot of good scoring shots there. Again, nothing devastating, but a good round 2, if I may say, for Tony Harrison as he starts to pick up the pace. Belt on the line here in Birmingham. We're back after this. There's Brian Kenny here with Virgil Hunter, Abner Morris, Christine Leahy. Evander Holyfield will be back with us for the heavyweight fight. The main event, Deontay Wilder versus Gerald Washington. Harrison started to pick things up there slightly in a controlled fashion in the second round. You know, again, he was trained by Emmanuel Stewart, the late great boxing trainer, and he got to travel quite a bit and get to see Vladimir Klitschko, Gennady Golovkin, Adonis Stevenson. He said he learned a lot from seeing how the champs handle themselves on a day-to-day basis. He said, Virgil, that he learned an awful lot from seeing how the top fighters in the world handled themselves, conducted their day-to-day.
He's done his homework by going to these camps with the great champions, and it's showing tonight against a great opponent, and he's finding his way here. And again, I'll allude to Hurd's lead hand. Harrison knows how Hurd's got to roll over with his left hand in that position. Every time he jabs, he's rolling over to his right. So Harrison sees that. But at the same time, he has to watch out for the overhand right from Hurd.
Some body work there by Hurd.
I believe that Jarrett Hurd, he's doing well pressuring. He's doing well cutting out the ring. But he needs to use a little bit more feints because he's getting tapped with those jabs. He's got to just fake the guy and land a little bit more.
Yeah,
not be afraid.
You're absolutely right, Chad. Now he's walking forward. The right hand is what Harrison has to look out for, because when Hurd rolls to his right, that's what's open. But Harrison can counter him coming back.
Right hand and a hook and a jab. Snaps the head back to Jarrett Hurd. Good job there by Tony Harrison. You know, I'm not looking at it like a judge, guys. I'm just saying, if you're there and there's scoring shots, Harrison, bang, 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 in different spots. Not devastating, but you're touching the guy. That was a crisp jab. These are scoring shots.
Yes, but there were also moments where Hurd was making Harrison miss with that head movement, and that's what he's got to come back. He had to come back. He didn't. Now he's showing it a little bit there. Right hand, hook.
He's staying predictable, champion. He's doing the same thing. Maybe he has a sense that he can knock Harrison out, but he did come out with a sense of urgency in the third round. Nice left hook by Harrison.
The right hand again. Harrison making the most of his opportunities.
Just love that jab, Coach. The prevention jab, is that what it's called? I love it.
He's meeting him right at the right time with it, and now he's starting to put 2 and 3 together, which could become a problem for Hurd. And Hurd's walking right to it without thinking. He's showing him the same thing every time.
Just, yeah.
Harrison fighting very well on the back foot.
Imagine if he walks into through that right hand. I don't think he's going to take it.
Harrison saying that a title would be an awesome thing back in Detroit. To bring it back, and it would be the first actual world title in his family. Good hook. Strafing combination by Harrison. His grandfather, Henry Hank, never actually won a world title, although he fought many Hall of Famers. And Harrison doing the work here that could be building him a points lead. Virgil, that was nice work there in the final seconds.
Very nice work.
Welcome back to Legacy Arena. Tony Harrison has very deep ties to Detroit. When he's walking around with all of his friends, they all have something Detroit on. And he actually told me that he runs a tutoring and boxing program back there. And to bring a belt back to his hometown would mean absolutely everything. Brian, I know you mentioned earlier, too, that he's always got his friends wearing matching outfits. They all say Detroit.
Wearing the Tiger hat yesterday. I said, you still live in Detroit? I said, oh, I should have looked at your hat. I've got Detroit Tigers logo. Wearing the cap. As we get into round 4 here, and Harrison did the excellent work in the final seconds of round 3. A lot of subtle things that he's doing in the ring. Again, if you just tune in and you just see him the way he just walks around, well, that's a nice jab from Hurd. You'd think, all right, well, where's the attack? But the attack comes in a subtle way.
It does, and he's walking him into the punches. If you look at Hurd, again, I keep going to the position of his left hand, and he's allowing Harrison to see his right hand. So Harrison sees everything that's coming. So he's catching him on the arm down. He's countering well. Hurd has to make an adjustment.
You know, Hurd has a big contingent here as well. I mentioned he's got the biggest entourage. He had a huge group come in. Yesterday they were wearing red. Today they say it's the blue day. They're up in blue shirts. You see him out there in the crowd. I just really got the sense, guys, that he was enjoying the journey. You know, that he was there. And I asked him about that. And he said, hey, all my fights, you know, it enables us to take trips with friends and family. He said, I love it. It brings our family together. Let's just go somewhere.
Coming from a fighting family, you know, he's carrying that tradition. And I know it's exciting to his family now to see him take it further than maybe they have in their careers. Hurd has got to make an adjustment. Everything he's doing is telegraphed to Harrison.
Snaps out a quick jab.
But he keeps doing the same thing, like you said, Coach. He just keeps him walking in, puts his head first. Yes, he lands sometimes that good jab, but that's all he does. He doesn't let go of that right hand. As he should right there, he did it.
And really, that's all he can let go in that position.
In that position, exactly. We haven't yet seen that crisp uppercut that he's known for, because Harrison is not giving him the angle, not giving him the position for him to throw.
He's bouncing him on the back foot, and he's running him into stuff. And
fantastic work by Harrison at the moment.
He's turning well. He's getting a little small steps very well.
You know, and also he's not expending an awful lot of energy.
Not at all.
Head movement there, ducks out of that shot. And then unloads two-punch combination. Again, we're not scoring the fight. It's difficult to get a sense of how to score it, but it seems like Harrison is winning these rounds, and we're calling the fights. We'll get an indication. I might ask you, as we move on here, Virgil, like how you might be scoring. I get the sense Harrison is likely winning these rounds, right?
Well, the first round could have been even. Harrison definitely won the second round. He's definitely winning this round.
Pops out a jab again. Tries with the hook.
And Hurd is starting to get desperate. He's going to leave himself open.
So we're through 4. Hurd trying to stay in there. Harrison looking classy so far.
Rated M from...
Back here in Birmingham, Alabama, Brian Kenny with Virgil Hunter and Abner Morris ringside. Christine Leahy, Evander Holyfield with us as well. There's Jarrett Swift Hurd. Hurd saying that when they got the call that Jamal Charlo was moving up to middleweight, he said, hey, that's the call everybody dreams of. We were jumping around the gym that there would be a world title belt on the line for this fight. We're in round 5, and Tony Harrison doing a lot of subtle things. And I was asking Virgil Hunter, hey, well, how would you score this? Again, we're calling the fight, and you're not in a great position to do a great job of scoring, but you're out there watching the fight on the Throwdown scoring app, and look at that. Clean sweep for Hurd. Really? You guys want to help me out on that?
Who's scoring this?
Well, the people have spoken. All right. Well, we'll see. Well, I don't know if we'll see what the judges, if they agree or disagree.
Well, the fans want to see a war. They want to see Harrison coming forward. So they feel that Hurd coming forward is the one that's making the fight. But Hurd is walking into punishment at this point. So Jarrett just has to make an adjustment. And the adjustment has to be his lead hand. He's got it too far away from Harrison, so he's not going to catch him. But he's got to pull it before he gets the jab off or go down to his right, which he's consistently doing, leaving himself open.
I think we got to mention this also. Tony Harrison, he's got one defeat, and that one lone defeat, it was because of this fighter that just put that pressure. Yes, he was winning most of, if not all the fight, but he got tired. He got tired, I believe, in that 9th round, and the other fighter was able to, I believe it was Nelson, was able to connect with the overhand right. And I think Jarrett might have just watched that tape and took that in consideration and just pressuring this guy so far and getting him tired.
It was one loss to Willie Nelson. And he said, he goes, hey, I was walking out the door and I got caught. He said his mistake, Virgil, although it's interesting the way he put it, he said, I was looking for something that wasn't there. I could have just boxed, got my W, but I didn't do it. I was looking for something, and he got caught and got dropped.
A very big shots by Harrison.
Harrison picks it up. And by the way, it was stopped by the referee with a second left to go in the round. It wasn't as if Harrison got starched, but he got dazed, looked back to his corner, and the referee thought, okay, you're not fit to continue.
He was so dominant in that fight, he was looking for the knockout with 2 rounds left. And he sort of faded, he admitted it. And you have to admire that, but he learned. And he's showing it tonight. His poise is exceptional at this point. Now Jarrett is starting to square up because he's getting a little desperate. He knows he's got to put some rounds in the bank before it gets to the point where he needs a knockout.
Well, if he presses the action, you see a nice combination from Harrison. Does it get better or worse for him? I mean, can he be picked apart by Harrison, or do you think maybe he should up the work rate?
Well, we haven't seen him put 2 punches together yet. We just see 1 punch at a time. And again, I hate to sound like a broken record, but it's the position of his lead hand that's giving him the problems. He's not putting it on the target.
Oh, uppercut by Hurd. That's his money punch. And Harrison got rocked. There we go. Hurd with a brief flash there at the end. Caught him with the uppercut. But Harrison, we think at least, you don't, but we think is on top.
Looking for balance?
And that's shown up on the big screen here in the arena. You can hear the reaction. He's in a serious mode at the moment. Wilder versus Gerald Washington in the main event. Right here, a belt on the line at 154 pounds. Tony Harrison and Jarrett Hurd. What do you think of that uppercut in the final seconds?
Well, I want to see if it rejuvenated Hurd and causes him to get a little bit more aggressive and get himself back into this fight. He said the uppercut was the key punch for him. He landed the first one. Let's see how he continues.
There's some meaningful shots right there, and the action really just picked up now as we were speaking. Hard shots going back and forth both ways.
Okay, now are we seeing a tired Tony Harrison, or just the guy that is letting Jarrett Hurd let go of a few punches so he can counter with ease, as he's doing right there?
Well, we see Tony standing more and more in the mouth of the cannon right now. And you could be right, champ. Did it bother him, or does he see something? Just winked to somebody outside of the audience. I guess he is feeling good.
I thought he was winking. You think he was blinking? Wait, I thought he was blinking, not winking.
He actually smiled at somebody. Good
And he unleashes that. Look at that. Right hand, hooks. Hurd shakes his head, and he fires back with his own, but good scoring shots there by Harrison.
Well, Hurd's got to be careful putting his head in that position to hit in the back of the head. He did that twice, and that could be damaging.
Harrison said to us yesterday that he wanted to be patient, wanted to control the fight. We believe he has done a good job of that. See, there's the right hand that stops Hurd from being able to just walk right in. You cannot walk right in on Tony Harrison.
Hurd getting a little more aggressive. And apparently he feels like he could take these punches and impose his will on Harrison at some point.
Well, maybe he at least knows he's poised enough to know, Virgil, that, hey, what I'm doing is not winning rounds.
Exactly.
So I've got to change something. Harrison bounces a jab off his head again.
Now Hurd has changed positions. He became a little more upright. If you look at his position now.
Good hook there. Yeah, Harrison lands that hook. Down low, fires out a right hand.
That body shot definitely hurt him. You can see him now, he's on the corner trying to catch a breather, but he's getting caught.
Harrison's got to be careful in the corner. Hurd trying to bait him for the uppercut, rolling and coming back with one.
He was, though, too, wasn't he, Virgil?
Yes.
He did not just walk right in.
Exactly, he stepped over.
He stayed back, but stayed in firing position. Just an awful lot of control and poise from Harrison so far.
Now, right there, when you saw Harrison step to his right, he literally left Hurd in the mud. Right there on his right. Hurd literally stomped him.
Final seconds here of round 6. We're going to keep it here. By the way, we have an update on the scoring that's being done out there. The wisdom of the crowds. But we're through 6, and the action picks up slightly. Harrison again, keeping Jarrett Hurd at bay. Watch this again, Virgil. Your thoughts on this round and Harrison?
Harrison picking him apart at this point, and right now he has him cornered. Now Hurd is flat-footed and square up against the ropes, which gives a more inviting target, and Harrison took advantage of it with his left hand down.
There's a lot of good subtle things that Harrison is doing.
Yes.
Many good things. We had a glitch in the system, and we have fixed the glitch. Because we said, how are all of you out there on the Throwdown Scoring app going for Jarrett Hurd? No, it was reversed. Look, I'm not doing it. I'm just saying it was reversed. I'm being told you all actually had it for Tony Harrison, including that last round. So, all right. I often want to think, though, are we getting into a group think? Am I leading you down a path and we're all following it? That happens with other announced teams. Never us. But it could happen. I don't want to be that team.
It shows our fight fans are getting more and more knowledgeable.
That's it, instantly, within one round. No, but actually they had it right all along the way, and now we know if you are using the Throwdown Scoring method. That's what we've seen.
Harrison is showing a lot of confidence now by standing on the ropes and inviting Hurd in. He's not moving as much, so he feels like he's in control of the fight, and he's seeing something. those little nice little step overs and then pivot back is really giving Hurd some problems.
He did one of those moves too with his jab. Like stepped through.
Yes.
It's Golovkin-esque.
His footwork is really giving him a benefit tonight.
Remember when I asked him yesterday, I said, so you've sparred with Golovkin. He takes a jab, good jab by Hurd. And I said, what was that like? I remember what he said. He said, it was interesting. Because what surprised him was not Golovkin's power. You know, he's got power, but it was his balance. He was able to learn from by seeing what Golovkin was doing in sparring.
That body shot really bothered Hurd in his corner over here. He really blowed hard. And he hasn't done anything since, and he's fighting on the ropes now. I'm wondering if he's gassing out. Well, you have to wonder, champ, if Hurd is giving up trying out to win a boxing match and looking for the knockout now by inviting Harrison in and trying to lure him into a big punch.
I think he's definitely looking for a knockout. I know he knows he can hurt Harrison, as he did right now.
Hurd moves in. Harrison invited him in. On his part, say, come on in. Hurd says, "Go in and play with me in here."
That's exactly what you said, Coach.
What's he being admonished for? Did he hold his head down? I'm not sure.
Harrison's going to have to survive this round. Hurd is on a roll.
More big right hands. That was to the back of Harrison's head.
And this is what Hurd needed. He needed something to turn this fight around, to give him some momentum.
Oh, wow. Hitting with right hands. Hurd coming back strong here in round 7.
Harrison not coming back with anything makes me believe that he is hurt.
Could be playing possum, could learn the lesson from the Willie Nelson fight. See? Let's see if he was playing, and he was playing possum. See, that's experience. He's playing possum.
Good shot right there on the belt line by Harrison. He got knocked around a little bit.
He did.
Not diminishing that. Big right hand by Hurd.
Really close round.
Very close round.
Hurd, no question, scoring points at the very least. They're not saying that he had devastated Harrison, but good scoring blows.
Harrison is hurt now.
Meaningful shots.
He's hurt.
Good round there by Jarrett Hurd. We're going to stay here.
Listen. You're making this a lot closer than it has to be, son.
Doubled up on that right hand, Virgil.
He did.
Tripled up, excuse me. Came back, fired another one. You know, it comes down to, as you see in the corner, there's Tony Harrison. I think at a certain point we can see Harrison seems, correct me if you think I'm wrong here, Virgil, he seems to be a little more skilled, right? Hurd has got to want it a little more if he wants to press this and get a win.
Well, Hurd is showing that he wants it a little more. Last night, Harrison was spotted buying a lot of candy, needing candy, and this could be affecting him now in this phase.
You're ripping his candy intake?
Yeah, I mean, he was spotted eating a lot of candy last night, so we'll see. But Hurd definitely looking the strongest. Harrison's showing the skill, but Hurd is showing the strength, the physical strength, and that could be a factor coming down the rounds.
We're in round 8. ABC here on Fox. Brian Kenny with Virgil Hunter, Abner Maris, Vander Holyfield will rejoin us. And Deontay Wilder comes out against Gerald Washington in the main event.
Champion, you think Hurd is smelling blood, or you think he's been rejuvenated from the last round, his success in the last round?
I think so. I think he's doing just, it was a really close round, regardless of Harrison taking punishment. But Hurd definitely saw something, as we see right there. He doubled the overhand right. He landed twice again. He's closing up really good. He's doing the same mistakes, walking in with his head forward.
Now Hurd has made an adjustment, keeping his hands high to get close to Harrison, so he feels like he can take Harrison's punches and impose his own.
Well, he has the entire fight, but you can't go all fight, taking a man's punch. Eventually that one punch is going to land and it's going to put you down.
Wild right hand. Let's take a look at some punch stats. See if we can take anything from that. Pretty close in the punches landed and thrown. Very close. Again, sometimes the punch stats can be indicative of something that's happening. A lot of times you need more context.
Exactly. Brian Harrison is showing that he has recovered from the last round. But I don't think he can take another big punch. I don't think he should be careless and let Hurd land another big punch. It could be bad for him.
I like Tony Harrison. I like his style. He's a really, really good fighter. He puts punches together. He moves well. But I think the only thing that he's missing, this is my opinion, when he makes those side steps, he's ready to let go. He's got to be explosive and just let go, not just let the guy, make a miss. He's going to do it there, I believe so. He's smart, but there it is. Come back. 1-2.
And by Hurd. Hurd caught him on the side of the head, and now he moves Harrison back on the ropes. And then a body shot. Now, there's a lot more room from Hurd. Just a lot more weight and force when he lands his shots.
Yeah, Hurd definitely is the heavier-handed fighter. And it's starting to catch up with Harrison. Both guys are fighting a great fight, but Harrison not looking good here.
Hurd effective on the inside by throwing those short right hands. Just chopping down, trying to catch Harrison. Harrison again says, no, come on in. He is comfortable in there, but he is fighting a stronger guy.
First man showing Hurd looking the strongest.
Uppercut
There's
by
the
Hurd.
uppercut.
This is a good shot. He follows up with a right hand and then a jab. Hammering right hand by Harrison, but excellent work by Jarrett Hurd. And again, he loves the right uppercut, and he caught him pretty good there at the end. Hurd piling up. Could come down to the judges' scorecards. We're back after this. Tony Harrison there had a tough round as Jarrett Hurd put his foot on the gas, landed a good uppercut, good chopping right hands. What do you think, Abner?
I think it was demolished and round by Harrison. He heard Harrison. So how do you come back from that, Coach? I mean, what do you tell your fighter once he gets to the corner? He's hurt. It seems like he let himself go. I mean, that he was doing so well.
Well, if you have a sense of the fight, I would definitely tell Tony to take this round off. Even though the fight could be climbing up close with Hurd, I would tell Harrison to take the round off, protect himself, and use only his jab so he can recover. But he's coming out with both hands and he's leaving himself open for a big punch. And I think Hurd is very close as Harrison continues to display.
Do you actually ever tell a fighter to take a round off?
If I had a lead like Harrison had, and I see that he's in this trouble, I would instruct him to take a round off, not throw, but throw a selection of punches that would keep him protected and also to recuperate. Right here, he's square on the ropes, which is dangerous.
So how do you take a round off, Coach?
Well, what I mean by that is not to engage with her, but protect himself more, use the straight shots more. Right? But he's showing a lot of pop right here, and he's showing that he's recuperating. Nice body shot.
Harrison came off as well and was throwing southpaw there briefly. There's the uppercut by Hurd. Again, that's his best shot. Landed it again. I just don't know. Harrison doesn't have like the footwork. He doesn't dance around, so I don't know if he can afford to do this because it's not his natural way to fight, Virgil, by dancing around a guy and taking a safe round.
Well, it doesn't require footwork. It requires position. And again, I'm not in his corner, so I don't know his state right now. I'd have to be in his corner to know the state of him and by knowing him as my fighter. But he doesn't have to move around to be successful. He can actually win around taking a round out. He use the right selection of punches to stay in the right position.
I just feel that it's difficult to take a round off against a Jarrett Hurd, a guy that's seen blood already, a man that's is hungry as we see.
Big right hand by Hurd, and Harrison goes down. Hard, straight right hand. Harrison is saying he's okay. Mouthpiece fell out. Oh, is he stopping it? Oh, no. Oh, no. Harrison looked like he could continue. The referee saw the mouthpiece spit out, and he called it. Referee David Hudson calls it. Wait. He's now holding up both corners. Hurd's corner now wants to celebrate and kind of, run off the field, so to speak. But I don't know exactly what Hudson is saying. Is Hudson saying this is over? It looked like he waved it off and said this is over, right?
I think he did. He definitely did.
I think Harrison might have spit his mouthpiece out, which indicated to the ref that he was hurt, or he might have told the ref he had enough.
Yeah, this fight seems to be over. And now, I don't know if it just fell out of his mouth or he spit it out. He said he was all right. There's the right hand. It's a beautiful short right hand by Hurd.
And even more, he hit his head on the canvas, which really doubled the impact.
And it's sad because this is the same thing that happened to him in his only defeat. He was winning the whole fight, and believe it or not, in the 9th round it happened also. So,
Abner, you've been there, so you tell us, if the mouthpiece is spit out at the end of a count, how does that happen? What's your read on that?
I mean, the referees should just look at the the fighter's body, see how he's doing, and then if take a break and put his mouthpiece back on.
That's what my initial feeling was. Oh no, that you should not stop the fight there. Now I don't know. He's looking into his eyes. I thought Harrison was saying, "I'm okay. I'm okay." Either way, Jarrett Hurd wins the hardware. We come back. We'll explore more after this.
Can a toothpaste do everything well?
This clean was like, pow. My teeth are glowing. They are so...
Harrison's head. I thought I heard him say twice, "I'm all right." But then the mouthpiece is allowed to drop or spat out by Harrison. At that point, David Hudson says, "All right, the fight's over." My initial thought, Abner Maris, was, hey, you can wait for a moment as we see Harrison distraught leaving the ring. I thought you can wait a moment and you can penalize the fighter for trying to waste time and give yourself a few seconds to recover.
You could, but the body language was otherwise. It just indicated to the ref that he didn't want anymore. And honestly, I saw that.
I hear you. And the referee, I always say the referee is the one who's looking closest to the eyes of the fighter and can get a sense of things. So Jarrett Hurd is your winner. Let's go to Ray Flores.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at 2 minutes, 24 seconds of the 9th round. A referee in charge, Jim Korb, waves off the contest for your winner by technical knockout, still undefeated, and now the junior middleweight champion, Swift Jarrett Hurd.
Well, I tell you what, Jarrett Hurd told us that he's a fighter that rises to the occasion. Let's go to Christine Leahy in the ring. Christine?
Jarrett, you told me earlier today that you've tried to picture this moment, but you couldn't. Now that you're a world champion, what is this like?
Man, it's a feeling like I never felt before. I want to thank God for, blessing me and my team and everyone else to be a part of this. And you got a new world champion at 154, Swift Jarrett Hurd.
You were coming on very strong in those last few rounds. Can you walk me through how you set up that right-hand punch that shot him down?
Well, we knew Tony Harris was going to be a tough opponent during the first 4 rounds. He gives everyone a problem with his movement. And we just wanted to walk him down and wear him down, and eventually in later rounds take him out.
Congratulations, you're the new world champion. Brian, back to you.
Yeah, we have concentrated on the stoppage there, but Virgil Hunter, let's concentrate here for a moment on Hurd.